Hey guys, it's Christina from thewelltraveledwoman.com. In this week's weekly moon video, I've got some really exciting things to share with you about what's to come for us all over the next week. So today's reading is for this current week, which is today's Monday, June 17th, 2019, and it's going to stretch through till Sunday, the 23rd. So how about that full moon last night, you guys? Full moon was in Sagittarius last night. And so the energy is like super positive and uplifting. In fact, I went outside and just like stared at the moon and felt its energy. I like did a little bit of a dance under that moonlight. I just really felt it. I know we all had some like really good dreams last night too. I went online and checked the planet's Schumann resonance scale and it showed super enhanced activity last night. So I know that you had some good dreams. Well, this morning as we awoke, the moon enters Capricorn. And if you know anybody who is a Capricorn, you know that they are a leader. They're a natural born authoritarian figure. They like rules, regulations, order. Capricorns are all about responsibility, taking care of what needs to be done, and having discipline. They also like to, they don't like conflict, so they like to run. They like to escape. So don't be surprised if you might be experiencing like a strong urge to quickly escape some of this chaotic full moon energy that could be coming in. You know, the full moon, when it happens for us, it can either do one of two things. It can enhance your creativity if you are, centered and in your place of wholeness and oneness, or it can create a lot of like cognitive dissonance and chaos within our lives if we are not fully integrated with ourselves. So depending on where you are at and what's happening with you, this past week could have been really creative for you, or it could have been, really chaotic for you. And if it was chaotic, you're going to be, having those urges to escape, to run, to go get away from the difficult situations, from the chaos. And that is for like our own personal protection. It's so that we can remain in our personal power. That's not necessarily a bad thing. So you can start by being an authority, essentially, over yourself by planning and organizing your personal space. I'm talking your room, your house, your yard, the space that you inhabit frequently. There's something to be said about that statement. A clean space is a happy space. I know for me, I can certainly tell the difference when I step into a room that's like dirty and gross and nasty and it's cluttered versus when I walk into a space that's bright and the decor is tasteful and nice and everything's like, all feng shuied out. You can feel that energy, right? So how you can take control of your own personal power best at this moment is focusing in on your personal space. What can you do to create change, to create calmness, to create clarity, and like this Zen sort of feeling for yourself? They say that your personal space is an indication of your mind space, of your mental space. So if your personal intimate space is chaotic, dirty, cluttered, disorganized, there is a very good potential that your mental space is a mirror image of that. So when we start to have ownership over our personal space, it kind of starts to create this sense of empowerment for ourselves because we start taking ownership over our mental space, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and what's going on inside of us as well. As Tuesday comes in for us, we're going to want to continue to keep ourselves separate from that conflict so that we can create this sense of freedom and healing for ourselves, right? We're still in the full moon energy. It makes us emotional. We want to recenter, heal, take care of our internal mental space. So really be mindful of what you're putting into your internal space. We are highly sensitive right now, and especially at night. So be mindful of that. Limit your use of intoxicants at this time. Tuesday is a great day for dedicating time to those little tasks that are related to harmony and balance and togetherness with our loved ones in our community, those that are important to you in your life. Our tribe, our support system is so, so crucial. You know, without that community, we experience that deep sense of loneliness and separation. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to come back to oneness, right? We incarnate in this lifetime with a group of people, right? Those are the people that come into our lives that you meet, that it's like, holy shit, I've known you my whole life, even though we just met. Like, how do I know you? That deep, deep, deep connection that you have with people can be your friends, your family members, your mentors or your guides. It can also be your enemies, you know, those people that come into your life that were meant to teach you. So we come to this planet, to this lifetime with a group, and our sense of community and our tribe is so crucial. So with that said, make sure you dedicate some time on Tuesday to tasks that integrate, that bring you together with harmony and melody and flow. Tuesday is going to be a fairly positive day. As Wednesday rolls around, it's a really good day for starting like a new project that could potentially blossom into something that's really profitable for you, but only if your motives are genuine. So you have to ask yourself, does this new project serve the greater good for all, or is it only your own personal selfish motives? Remember that our choices have a ripple effect for all of those around us in our circle. So you really need to be careful about wanting more power, more control. Remember that Capricorn authoritative energy. So be mindful of that. But you know, as Wednesday night happens, the moon's going to go from Capricorn into Aquarius. And Aquarius, the energy of Aquarius, it makes you want to take some shocking new action steps, right? So create a big, crazy difference for yourself. It's like a spontaneous mood. It's good for like creative genius and like that rare insight, that like just spark of like, wow. So maybe there's something that you've been really thinking about, something that you're meant to do or be, like a directional change in your life, a shift, whether that's related to, you know, your personal life or your professional life. You've been thinking about, you know, making a change. You have this desire to take control over your personal power, but you want to obtain freedom. You want to share your ideas. So it's a really good idea to try to find any areas of conflict by sharing those ideas with your immediate support groups, with your community, with your tribe, because those are the ones who love you and they want to see you succeed. And they're going to be able to provide different perspectives so that you can take a look at the whole situation. Oftentimes, when we look at things from other perspectives, any struggle or conflict, any roadblocks that we may come into, we can way more easily overcome them with the help of others, right? More brains are better than one. So it's a great time to do further research on all of your ideas, all of these things that you've been thinking about. Follow your intuition. Follow your intuition with these ideas, but stay grounded, stay balanced, and bounce these ideas off of other people that care about you and who want to see you grow. Be careful not to overwork yourself though, because you risk getting bored or burned out with this new idea. A lot of times when you have a new idea, it can come on very strongly and intensely and passionately, and you want to throw everything into it. But this new idea that you've been processing, that you've been mulling over, that you've been feeling that change for, like almost like your soul has been longing for that difference. These are not things that are just going to be like really quick, spontaneous. These are things that your soul is craving long term. And so be mindful of that, not to really just throw everything you got at it right away, but take your time and really analyze, look at all the different perspectives, You don't want to set yourself up for failure, right? You want to adequately prepare and plan so that this idea, this change, whatever it is, can really bring you abundance. So whatever it is that you decide to do, make sure that you keep it light and you keep it fun, because when work is fun, it doesn't feel like work. You are at the beginning stages of a very long-term project that is going to bring you great abundance if you follow through. But you have to stay consistent. You have to stay committed every single day. Those little things every day, those little habits are what bring you the biggest change in the long term. You're also going to want to really look after your health today. Stay balanced. Nurture and nourish your ideas as well as your body. If you do that, you will find fulfillment on Wednesday. And thank goodness, because Thursday is like the most difficult day in astrology, in all of astrology. The first half of the day, you've been talking to your friends. They're going to offer you their support and their protection for your growth. You're going to connect with your peers on an equal, neutral, loving level. They're bouncing your ideas off of them and they're offering you their perspective. You've been clearing the clutter and the space, your personal space, your mental, your physical space, right? Continue doing that. That's going to keep you sane on Thursday, because the second half of the day, we are going to see a lot of struggle. Good intentions that you have could even bring you like unwarranted results. It could feel like you're beating your head against a brick wall. No matter how much you try and try and try, you're not getting the results, you're not seeing things, and it can feel really frustrating. Almost like you want to give up, almost like you want to just, escape, go out to the bar, have a couple drinks, get drunk, but don't do that. Because Thursday, it's really easy to provoke conflict with the things that you say, the things that you do. It's really, really easy for your intention to get misconstrued. And so be mindful of that. It's definitely not in your best interest to drink and to lower your inhibitions, your ability to control yourself and your mouth. Stay in control, please, for the benefit of yourself, for everybody in your circle, and for your future. You're going to want to really take that seriously. Focus on cleansing yourself. You're not going to want to add any intoxicants, right? But rather cleanse what you have. You're going to have a really hard time connecting with like anything. So it's best to maybe just sit and reflect over your actions, over the course of everything, over your ideas, your plans for the future, your intentions. If you meditate, it'd be a great idea to meditate over like staring at a burning candle flame. That's going to represent that purification for your soul and your spirit. Meditating around water as well is a good thing, because that's going to be that cleansing aspect for you. If you haven't tried it already, I highly recommend intermittent fasting. It's basically where you don't eat anything all day long and then you have your meal at night. Of course, there's more to it than that. So definitely look into it and do your research. And, of course, depending on where you're at in your health, fasting might not be an appropriate choice for you. However, fasting has many, many health benefits. It's going to help you detox and cleanse. Be gentle with yourself. And that includes the foods that you eat and put in your body. It might be wise to choose round foods. I know it sounds like really weird, like why round foods, like potatoes or cabbages or, round circular foods, and why I suggest roundness is because like the circle represents oneness, right? It represents eternally, the eternal and the infinite. There's no beginning, there's no end. It just keeps going and going and going. And that is us. That's our soul. We're like that inside of this meat suit. And so connecting with our oneness inside through the foods that we eat, it sounds silly, but it does help. So focus on round foods. And not only that, think about what round symbolizes. It's like feminine, right? You got your round and then you got your masculine. And your roundness is your feminine energy. You're going to want to avoid masculine foods, those long and hard foods, right? That's not what you want to put in your energy body right now. The full moon is an emotional time. It is a feminine energetic time. And so rather than going up against that, you'll want to like integrate with that, connect with that feminine energy, because your emotions are intensified during this full moon time. You might be feeling a lot, and that's okay. Be cautious with what you say. Be cautious with the ideas that you take on. Remember that your perspective could very much be limited. That's why it's important to talk to your circle to get other people's perspectives on your situation. And be really, really mindful of vengeful feelings of trying to like get back at or one up somebody, because that's not going to help you at all. The only thing that's going to do is bring you karma, which you don't want that. It's already hard enough. Why are you trying to make your situation even harder? Now, on Friday, you're going to want to just continue self-love, continue being surrounded by friends, by people who care about you, who just want to see your happiness, your growth, people that support you and love you. Continue nurturing your health and continue your healing. Friday's pretty simple. Void, of course, is happening all day long on Friday. So basically anything new that you try to start to get results, you're probably not going to have very much results with. So just continue on Friday. Saturday, thank God, things are getting better. Saturday is a really good, beneficial day in all traditions, in all of astrology. It's the 20th lunar day. It's especially important for new beginnings. It might be a hard day for those who are sick with negative energy or who have been stuck in the chaos. But for those who have listened to this video and who have followed the advice, it's going to be more beneficial, and you're going to start seeing things happening. And the sun's going to come out. Things are going to start brightening up. The moon enters Pisces on Saturday. Void, of course, ends. And so back to business as usual. You've been reflecting on yourself this whole time. And now you're experiencing these increased emotions and this empathy. So naturally, you have this desire to help others. You've been thinking about all the stuff that you've been doing, and you're like, oh crap, okay, I would have done that differently, that differently, that differently. Now let me just go out and tell other people what they need to do differently so that they don't experience the same pain that I did. That's great. That's wonderful. And it's amazing to offer your help and support for other people, but don't forget about yourself. When you are feeling empty inside, how can you ever expect to give to another person? You can't. You have nothing to give. So focus on yourself too, you know? At this time, your emotions dominate your common sense. So keep that in the back of your mind. Only give to others when you're feeling full. Choose tasks that activate your imagination and your inspiration to fill you up. And stay away from tasks that require a lot of reasoning or logic, a lot of masculine energy right now. We're really going to want to focus on that feminine aspect of ourselves at this time. And you know, we're still cleansing. Our bodies are still very sensitive to intoxicants and to the foods that we put into our bodies. Allow your lymphatic system to do its job. It's a great day to exercise, to sweat, maybe detox a little bit, go to a sauna, just really start sweating. Give your lymphatic system that little extra boost that it needs. And then as Sunday comes around and it wraps up the completion of the week, it's also a completion day in a bigger sense, in the fact that it is the lunar mansion number 28 is that day, and the lunar mansions are basically like the lunar zodiac, so it's the last zodiac of the moon essentially. So on Sunday, it's a great day to gather your resources, really think about everything that you need in order to make this idea, this new change in direction come to fruition? What are the beginning steps that you need? Think about those resources. Reach out to them if you need to. You will find abundance. You will find what you are meant to find. Ask for help if you must, but the most important thing is that you don't ignore your gifts. There's a reason why these ideas, these feelings have been bubbling up within you. It is time for you to fully step more into your power and your purpose. Sunday, the moon is its furthest distance away from the earth as it orbits the earth as well. And so you're going to experience this decrease in all the mayhem with this chaotic energy, this full moon energy that we've been experiencing. And we're going to settle into, like a complete calmness. Sunday's a great day for getting together with your friends, for entertaining, for being outside, having fun, eating good food, really taking care of your body. It's a great active day, and it's also a lucky day. It's really good for making moves. So remember that. So I hope you got something from this video today. At the very least, I hope you were entertained. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out weekly videos every week. Every Monday, I'm doing another reading. I find that it helps me prepare for the week coming ahead when I know what to expect. It's not just me. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. This is the planets. This is the moon. Things are happening up in the stars, because it's so easy for us to find ways to justify ourselves being crazy or being not normal. So this is just a really great way to make myself feel better. Anyways, my name is Xtina, the well-traveled woman, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.